ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In tonight's video, I want to talk about how you deserve everything that you have. And you really gotta, listen to what I'm saying, because this message could easily be twisted if you take it too literally, but it's kind of meant to be literal at the same time. I think you'll get what I'm going for. Doing this soft-spoken because I just feel like I should, and I know there's a subscriber out there who does enjoy these soft-spoken videos. So, but yeah, with that said, this is just a realization that hit me very recently, and I want to share my learnings on this channel. And the learning is that, like I said, you deserve everything you have. Now, again, don't take it too literally, because if you fall victim to circumstance in certain areas, I'm not saying that that is something that should happen. But pushing past that, it's both a good thing and a bad thing. So if you right now have good things going for you in your life, if you have a loving family, or a nice place to live, or you make good money, or like a million things, right? It means that you deserve those things because you have them. So the way I feel like you is a good litmus test, I guess, is to be like, if reality shows it to me, then I'm kind of owed that, right? Like if I make 100K a year, or like whatever external thing it is, well, you do deserve that because you make it. Reality kind of just aligned, right? So what I was realizing with this channel was that I set the goal to get 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. I don't know how that's going to happen. End of 2023, I guess like 3 months back, this channel was at 600 subs, 600 to 700, and it had been there for like 6 years. I grew to 600, but it took like 6 years to get there because I was bad, to be honest, and I still don't think I'm that good with these types of videos. I'm just kind of doing whatever I feel in the moment. But anyway, the channel 2x'd, maybe more by now, like 2.5x'd in the last like 4 months, which was just weird. Like, imagine growing a channel since you were like 13, and you didn't even know what you were doing. You left the channel, you abandoned it, you didn't even think you were coming back to it, and then all of a sudden you just do a face reveal and it does well, and then you do another video, and it just keeps going. So with this traction, I started to get excited, and I was like, okay, I'm going to set this big goal. And I was like, well, if I did this much in this much time, how much could I do if I extrapolate that over 12 months? And then I was just like, no. I was like, screw that. I'm just going to go to the big goal, like something crazy, like 50,000. Like, to 50x in a year, that's what I'd have to do. And I'm like, I don't even know how I'm going to do that. It would just have to be kind of like a little bit of luck. Like maybe one video just hits the algorithm and all that. And I left a voice note for myself a few days back, maybe a week back. And it was just that what you actually want is growth. That's it, right? So a lot of us are probably chasing goals. And if there's anything I've learned from Alex Hormozy, who I absolutely love, entrepreneur worth hundreds of millions now, he talks often about how the work should be the goal. And that if you accomplish what you said you were going to do, which is the work, because that's controllable, nothing else should matter. And I think that's the strongest message ever. And it's one of those things that you might hear over and over again, but it eventually clicked for me, because I'm like, wow. So it doesn't matter if I get 50,000 subs by the end of the year. It matters that I upload daily, and I upload 3 to 5 shorts a day. That's what matters, because that's what I can control. Now, if I get 50,000, awesome. If I get more, super awesome. If I don't, I still did everything I said I was going to do. I still 5x my output. I still did the work. I still did all that. So I love that idea, and it links back to the fact that you deserve what you have, again, in a good way and a bad way. So let's take my example. I deserve 1,700 subs. I'm around there, maybe like nearing 1,800. That is good news for me, because that is like, wow, like I don't feel any imposter syndrome. I'm like, I should have 1,800 subs because reality literally gave me 1,800 subs. Like, the YouTube algorithm pushed the things that I made, and like that is a sign that I'm owed that, in a sense. But I do not deserve 50,000. And that's the funny thing. I was like, why do I want a shortcut? Because if you ask yourself, well, why do I want a shortcut to the number, to the money, to the this, to the this? And it's always to shortcut to the next. So why do I even want 50,000? Oh, it's because I want 100K. When you want 100K, you want 200K. When you want 200K, you want 500,000. When you want 500,000, you want 1 million. And it also makes you realize you're optimizing for the wrong goals a lot of the times. Where I'm like, well, would you rather have 1,000 true fans, or would you rather have 50,000 subs, right? And just think about this from like a business point of view, right? It's like, if you could sell something to 1,000 people versus the guy who has 50,000 subs but no one cares about his content, like, right? Like, you really want 1,000 true fans. So again, it's this game of like, what are you even optimizing for? Like, you say you want this, you say you want X, but maybe you want Y, right? Do you want 50,000 subs just so a percentage of them can be your 1,000 true fans? What if you just got 1,000 true fans and you didn't need 50,000 subs? So it kind of makes you question, at least especially in my example, what you are optimizing for. But yeah, this just popped up though because I was like, I want 50,000 so bad, and I'm like, but I don't deserve that yet, because if I was at 50,000, like I would be there. Like, and you shouldn't shortcut that. Like, the universe should not be giving that out to anybody, because if I just said I want 50,000 followers and I got it without doing any of the work, I wouldn't be able to maintain that. I wouldn't really know what to do. I could abandon the channel. Like I've said, that these are all things I said when I left the voice note for myself. But it's the same thing like when you wish that you know, sometimes I look at entrepreneurs that I watch and I'm like, oh, I wish I was them. If you put me in their shoes, I couldn't do what they do because they have 10 years experience in an area I've never been in. So if that wish came true and then I was them, I would tank everything they built because I don't know what the heck I'm doing in that arena. So it's like, you can't shortcut that, because it really, I know it's corny, but it's like, it is the journey, right? It is like who you become from 1 to 50,000 subs, from 50 to 100K. And again, this goes for any goal, but it's who you become in the process of that. So many people just want the body or the income or the subscriber goal, whatever it is. And it's like, if that was just handed out like anything, there's no fairness to that. And that's why I think you just have to base things off like, what is reality? Like, look at your reality and say, well, do I have the things I want? And again, there's probably a lot of things you're not giving yourself credit for. You have awesome things in your life, but there's also areas where you're like, dang, maybe I don't deserve that thing because I don't have it, right? And again, you can look at the good and the bad. Like, I deserve, the way I view it, I deserve 1,800 subs, but I want 50,000. I want it. I don't deserve it. When I have 50,000, then I will say that. I will say I deserve 50,000 subs because I have it. Because I did a video a day. I did 5 shorts a day for 2 years straight. And before that, I was uploading, on and off for 7 years. Like, you know what I mean? So it's all the way you look at it, I think. And yeah, I feel like there's another point I want to hit. So you're deserving of it. The goal. Oh, back to the point of growth too, right? All you actually want to see is growth. So another thing that I hear Alex Ramosi say a lot is everybody is in a rush to get things done in 90 days. And he's usually talking about money, a business and stuff, right? But everyone needs it to happen now. And I'm the same. And there are things that come up in life. There are like bills you need to pay, and I understand. But, and like, even for me, like, I'm speaking from experience. Like, I have things I need to pay for. I want to be making money, trust me. But at the end of the day, you want growth, right? Because if you say, I want 50,000 subs, I want $10,000, I want XYZ, and every day you get closer, or you literally grow. Like, let's take my YouTube, for example. I'm actively every day getting closer to 50,000 subs. Why is that bad? Why is it a negative thing? And it's not, right? When I say it out loud, it's like, obviously growing isn't a negative thing. It's just you want to jump there a lot of the time, right? So when I say I want 50,000 subs, the way I see it, like, I like to just make the analogy of like the universe being like, okay, we're going to get you to 50,000 subs. And then you start to grow and you're just like, what the hell? I wanted to get to 50,000. And the universe is like, I'm getting you there, right? Or YouTube, the algorithm, right? Like whatever it is in this analogy, like we're going there. We're headed to 50,000 subs. And you're just like, no, I want it now. And it's like, why does it matter? It's almost like, I guess you could argue it's always better to have something now. Like if I said, you want to make $10,000 a month, and I was like, well, would you want it now or later? It's like, okay, I guess you'd want it now. But I also like the analogy of like a plane ride. It's like if you were going on a trip, why do you have to teleport there? And again, maybe teleportation is nicer than a long flight, but you get my point. Like flights can be pretty exciting. Road trips can be pretty exciting because you know you're headed somewhere and you're enjoying the ride. So I'm like, it's kind of the same exact thing here, where it's like, why do you have to teleport to the goal? Why do you need to make 10K now? And again, I mean, I guess everybody would rather make 10K now, but you get my point. Like, why do you have to be in wherever you're going? In, Bali? Like, why do you have to teleport there? Why can't you just enjoy the flight there? Because you're going there. Like, it's guaranteed. You bought your seat. You're going there. You're literally on a flight to Bali. So if you're going there, why is that a problem? Why is it like, no, I need to be there now? Like, imagine how unreasonable that would be if you got on a flight and you were like, how long is this going to take? And they were like, probably like 6 hours. And you're like, no, like I need to be there now. Like, and you're just like whining and you're just like, I want to be there now. I want to be there now. That is how I, and maybe a lot of other people, have been approaching goals. Or it's like, do you really expect to just do some insane number? Like 50,000, I haven't had 50,000 subscribers in my entire life. So for me to just be like, I want to be there now, obviously it's unreasonable. No one, that is insane. I mean, I would just have to have a video do like 100,000 views or 250,000 views. That's possible, but it's unreasonable for me to say that. It's just stupid. So I think it's just really a reevaluation of, I don't know why I said it like that. It sounded like a weird, like phrase, or I don't know. I just feel like I said the weird. But it's really just a new way to look at your goals, where it's like, are they reasonable? And are you committing to the work instead of the goal? Which I think is huge. Again, it's just something I hear over and over again, but it just clicked for me where I was like, dude, I don't make the work the goal. I make the goal the goal, and the goal is uncontrollable. So why don't you make the controllable things the goal? And then if you do them and you get the outcome, awesome. If you don't, you say, okay, maybe I have to 2x the work. And if you don't see it there, then it's just like, okay, well, maybe I'm a little off. Maybe uploading daily maybe you do still have to wait years to get big. I don't know, right? Or maybe you got to up the quality instead of the quantity, or maybe you have to have both quality and quantity. But yeah, I just want to make this video because I think it is important for people to get this message, because everyone should have goals. Everyone should have something, I believe, that they're working towards. And this is for those out there who, A, don't have them, or B, have them and want a new way to sort of look at it. And this should be uplifting, right? Because it means that reality hasn't clicked with your goal yet, right? Like what you want and what reality is don't match, because everyone would be living a fairy tale probably. So it's like, if you want to make that link between what you want and reality, that gap is bridged through what you do, through action. And, me saying I want 50,000 subs doesn't mean anything. Everybody wants 50,000. I mean, when they start YouTube, right? And then they want 100K and so on and so forth. Everybody wants 50,000. But I don't deserve 50,000 subs, because if I deserved it, I would have it. So to bridge that gap, it takes a lot of work. So say I upload daily and I upload shorts for years and years and years, 50,000 subs. Now I deserve it because I have it. So a lot of people feel, I guess this is another Hormozy thing. He says something about being lazy without, I guess that is being lazy without wanting to do the work. Big goals and lazy equals entitlement. And think about that. Like, I have that on every level right now. I'm at 1,700 subs, and I'm sitting here saying I want 1,500 or I want 50,000, and it's like, dude, you're entitled, because if you're not going to upload daily, if you're not going to stick to a schedule, if you're not going to upload 5 shorts a day, if you're not going to do X, if you're not going to do Y, if you're not going to do Z, why do you deserve 50,000? And the answer is you don't, because if you deserved it, you would have it. So don't fall into this trap of entitlement. And the last thing I'll say, which is something I learned from Hermosi, but also David Goggins as well, is you have to be honest with yourself. Like, just look yourself in the mirror and just be like, do I really, like, you can't just say things. Because if I were to sit around all day and be like, I want this many subs, and I never even started a channel, just be honest. Like, do you want that? Because you're not doing it, right? So it's all about just like being real with yourself and where you're at. Like, you should not try to trick yourself and convince yourself every day that you should have 1 million subs when you don't even upload. Like, who are you fooling? Because then if you start moaning to people, right, you're like, oh, I should have 1 million. It's like, have you uploaded? Well, no. You know what I mean? Like, why should you have 1 million? So it is just about like looking yourself in the mirror and being real. It's like, if you say you want something, does the work back it up? Like, imagine this. Imagine somebody who's coaching you, somebody who's super wealthy or has done the thing you want to do. And you look them in the eyes and you say, I want this. I want 50,000 subs. If that person broke down your day-to-day over the last week, would they be impressed? Would they be like, wow, you deserve it? Or do you think they'd find that you could have made shorts, you could have made a video, you could have, again, I'm just going with the YouTube example, but just like, be real. Like, is your day-to-day proving that? Because I think that a lot. I think a lot of the times, if I went to an entrepreneur like Alex Hermosi and I said, well, look, I'm really working hard over here, and I don't get why I'm not as rich as you, because you're worth hundreds of millions and I can't even make, $10,000 a month. Like, I just don't get it. If that person, if Alex Hermosi could look into my soul or see into my day-to-day, he'd be like, dude, what? You should be making nowhere close to me, because all I do is work, because all I do is X, Y, Z, and you just, play around. You could have done this, you could have done that. So that's a thought exercise I like to go through a lot too, is like, if the person you admire, if you were to look them dead in the eyes and try to be honest and be like, I just don't understand why I'm not at 100K subs, and that person looked back at you and saw your day-to-day and was like, have you uploaded? You're like, yeah, once. It's like, what? Like, you gotta have more ambition than that. So just realize, when you put this measuring stick, I'm playing with a quarter right now, when you have this measuring stick, you don't know the work, you're looking at the outcome. So just realize that a lot of the time when you're looking at people like Mr. Beast or like whoever it is, whoever's big, they might be uploading 10 shorts a day on every single platform while uploading the best quality videos with a $10 million budget per video. Obviously, I'm going to the Mr. Beast extreme, but you get my point. Like, you're not seeing that, like, oh, well, there's a lot more that goes into that, right? There's a lot more effort. So, yeah, I think it just, again, comes down to being able to be real with yourself. If you say you want something, does the work back it up? Because if it's not, it's just entitlement, right? It's just you complaining. It's just you saying that you deserve something that you even know deep down you don't deserve. Because if you were able to coach yourself and be like, let's be real with myself for a minute, you would know. You'd be like, I don't deserve this. It doesn't take long to find out if you are deserving of something or not. And again, back to my main point, at the end of the day, all you really want is growth, right? I mean, why is it bad? If I want 50,000 subs and every single day I grow, am I not winning? Just because I want it now does not, that's just unreasonable. So yeah, I think that is going to wrap up this video. I hope it was insightful for you, useful. I want to get back into more of these just like real videos where I just kind of, I have a thought and I just let it go, and hopefully people get some value from it. So with that said, thank you guys so much for listening. Let me know if you want more soft spoken or if you're more into whispering. Let me know if you want more of these kinds of videos or tapping or I don't like whatever type of videos. Leave them down below. And I appreciate all of you for watching this channel and watching this video. And with that said, I hope you have a great day or a great night. And with that said, I will catch you in the next video. Peace.